This video is a review of Chapter 3, Lesson 5, Square and Square Roots. Let's review basic vocabulary. In math, when we square a number, we are actually taking a number and raising it to the power of 2. Again, the base is the 4, the power is the 2. When you have a power of 2, a power tells you how many times you're going to multiply a number times itself. So, 4 raised to a power of 2 is equivalent to 4 times 4, not 4 times the power. So, 4 to the second power, or as we say, 4 squared is 4 times 4, so its value is 16. So, 4 squared equals 16. Negative 4 squared will also have a value of 16, since again, the base is negative 4. The power tells you how many times you are multiplying that number. So negative 4 squared is equivalent to negative 4 times negative 4. And we remember from our rules of operation that a negative times a negative is a positive. So negative 4 squared also has a value of 16. This brings us into the next section of where we talk about something called perfect squares. A perfect square is a number that has two identical factors. For example, 25 is a perfect square because the two factors to get 25 are 5 times 5, or 5 squared. The other factors we can use to get 25 are negative 5 and negative 5. So negative 5 squared also equals 25, making the value 25 a perfect square. So let's review these numbers to see if they are perfect squares. Again, remember, a perfect square is a number who can have two identical factors. So you need to know your multiplication factor. What two identical numbers multiplied times each other will give us 121? Well, 11 times 11 equals 121. Therefore, 121 is a perfect square. Are there any other factors, identical factors, that can give us 121? Actually, there are, because also negative 11 times negative 11 will also give us positive 121. So yes, 121 is a perfect square. Let's look at 200. Now remember, we're looking for two identical factors. What two numbers multiplied times each other can give us 200? Well, there aren't any. Remember, this is not about raising a base and multiplying it times 2. Squaring a number means multiplying the number times itself. So there are no identical factors, two factors we can multiply together to get 200. Therefore, 200 is not a perfect square. So a perfect square refers to the value of multiplying two identical numbers. 5 times 5 is 25, making it a perfect square. Negative 5 times negative 5 is 25, making it a perfect square. The inverse of that would be to take the square root of a number to determine what factor is squared to get that value. So the square root of 25 is 5, because 5 times 5 will give you the perfect square. However, negative 5 times negative 5 is also going to give us 25. So therefore, both 5 and negative 5 are the square roots of 25. Perfect square refers to the value after you multiply a number times itself. Square root asks you what number will I multiply times itself to get that value. And although every positive perfect square actually has two square roots, a positive and a negative, most times in math we only refer to the positive value, and it has a special vocabulary term of being called the principal square root.